Welcome to the world of real estate. In today's video, I'll be breaking down some real estate terms that every home buyer needs to know and every homeowner needs to understand. So after watching this video, you will be more knowledgeable and sounding like a real estate pro so that you can keep up with your real estate agent when you decide to start this process of home buying in 2025. Because you know what? In 2025, we'll be buying those houses, whether it's a first time buyer or you're going to buy another property for real estate investing. I know in my previous video, I discussed why you haven't bought a home as yet. So if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch that one after watching this one, because this one is a part 2 of that one where I'll be educating you so that you're more knowledgeable when it comes down to the home buying process. Now, the first real estate keyword that you need to understand is pre-approval. I know if you have been on the social media streets and you see every realtor talking about you need to be pre-approved, and you're wondering, what is this pre-approval? What are they talking about? No, pre-approval is a commitment from the lender telling you how much they can lend you to buy this house, right? So when you go to a mortgage agent or when you go to a lender, so your big banks, your credit unions, or wherever you go, they're going to gather some information from you. And I've done a video on the documents you need for your mortgage pre-approval, right? So they will need all these documents. After assessing your finances, going through your documents, then they will give you an estimate of the amount of money that they will lend you to buy this house. So that when you are meeting with your real estate agent, like me, if you're looking for a real estate agent in Hamilton, Ontario, hey, that's me. Then your real estate agent will have an idea of how much your budget is, how much you can afford, so that you stick within that budget and not be looking for houses over $2 million when your lender is pre-approving you for $1 million. Next up is deposit. So once you view a house, you like the house, and you're going to put an offer in this house, usually you put a deposit to show that you are really serious about this offer for this house, right? So usually that deposit goes towards the down payment. So usually it's 5,000, 10,000. It depends on how much you can afford to put down and to say that you are serious, that you're a serious buyer interested in this house. And a lot of time people get the deposit and the down payment a little bit confused. The deposit is what you're going to put with the offer to say that you're interested in the house, and the down payment is a percentage, is another big chunk that you need to come up with out of your pocket, because the lender will not be financing 100% of the house. You have to come up with a certain percentage. And the down payment is usually varies between 5 to 20% of the purchasing price of the house. So there was a recent change to the down payment amount over $1 million. Before, anything over $1 million would require a 20% down payment. Now, recently there was a change to this, which is extended to $1.5 million. So if you're purchasing a house, say $1.3 million, the first $500,000, you need a down payment of 5%. And then the remainder of that, which is the other $800,000, you will need a down payment of 10%, right? So we'll calculate the total down payment you'll need for that house at $1.3 million. The fee that you'll see a lot of realtors talk about is inspection fees. Now, when you're purchasing a house, it is really important for you to get a professional inspection, and this is done by an inspector, right? You will hire them to go through the house and to make sure that everything is okay. The furnace, the AC, the roof, the doors. So they will do a thorough check within the house to make sure that there are no damages that you can't see and your realtor can't see, right? Because there are a lot of times persons will skip this process, and then after they purchase the house, then they realize that within the next couple weeks or the next couple months, they will need a new roof. or the water system, the plumbing system, or the electrical system, something goes wrong, right? So it is advisable for you to pay this money to get an inspector to come through and inspect the property and make sure that everything is okay. Oftentimes, sometimes the inspection report will come back that there's a problem. And when this happens, then your realtor can, on your behalf, can renegotiate with the seller to say, hey, the furnace is not working adequately, or within the lifespan of the furnace is approaching. So within the next year, you might need to replace the furnace. And then that's the seller's discretion to say, okay, we're going to knock off a few $1,000s, or they will say, okay, we're going to replace the furnace before purchase. And that's in an agreement, and that comes with a condition with your offer, right? Next is closing costs. And of course, you might hear this one all the time also. Now, closing cost is the next big sum of money that you have to come up with, expect to pay before possession date, before getting the keys to your new house, right? So your closing costs include several fees. Think of it as your lawyer's fee, appraisal fees, title search, and all those, little stuff, one cocoa, they add up, right? So you will need to budget approximately 2 to 5% of the cost of the house for closing fee. So this closing fee, yes, you'll need closing fee, and yes, you'll need the down payment. So these are two different monies that you have to save and be prepared to pay during the home buying process. Your down payment and your closing. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.